that moment I kind of gave up my dream.
But every time football slipped away from him, someone pushed him back.
She simply told me that it is very hard for her to imagine that I'm not playing football anymore. I had to walk in the factory for 12 hours. I was colored in the car.
From factories in Japan to the madness of Kolkata.
They are talking like, Arata Izumi came from Japan to save the East Bengal. Wait, I haven't even signed. If you win, you are God. If you lose, you are something like that. I was kissed everywhere with the mustache like this, and I'm feeling like
Before he knew it, India had become home.
Arnav, Nirmal, Mangi, Dani, JJ, all of them. I really appreciate these guys, accepting me being part of the national team.
I want to ask you about your very first memory of football. Did you watch it somewhere? Did you start playing directly? How was it like?
Well, in Japan, that time football was not that popular sport, and everyone used to play baseball. So my sports exposure also started from baseball and swimming. But somehow one day my brother started to go for this very local, my hometown's elementary school football team's training session. That time he was 10 years old and I was 9 years old. And I didn't know anything about football. I didn't even know football is to kick the ball and run with the ball and all those things. Just follow my brother and happen to know football is like this. And just first training session, very basic shooting exercise. My shot went really amazingly.
Oh, in the first?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And people around me and those boys started to talk, yeah, you are going to be a professional football player. Then my misunderstanding started and started to dream about becoming professionals.
Amazing. And then how did it sort of work towards a point where I know when you started you were really good, but you might have had a point where you thought, okay, this is now getting serious. I can start playing professionally. I can start making a career out of this sport.
The thing is, it was not at all smooth journey for me. Although I was, like I said, the first shot was amazing. Everyone thought that I'm going to be a professional bowler. But the fact is, my hometown in Japan is a very, very tiny city.
Nagoya?
Even in Japan. No. Yamaguchi is the west side of the country. And that though, Japan is island, right? And my hometown is an island of island.
Oh.
So, there's no such exposure and very limited number of the teams around. Even in that island, my team was the bottom. Although I was a captain, but we were always bottom. So it means it's just far away from what I was dreaming too. But same time, I just didn't even think twice that I won't be able to make it. I just kept playing. Elementary school just went right. In Japan, elementary school means till 12 years old. We are bottom of the city. Junior high school, again, we are bottom of the city till 15 years old. But at the same time, I was selected for the city selection team in XYZ. Okay. And I started to expose a little bit higher level of competition. Okay. And when I become a high school, which is 16 years old to 18 years old that time, finally we reached the finals of my prefecture. But again, we could not progress to the national level. That time, actually, the first reality hits me because I was a vice captain that time, and my captain, he was selected by one of the professional club, and I was not. Then everyone, my coach, my family, my teammates, suggested me to not to follow my dream, but to make sure that I have enough education to have a security job, secure job. Yeah. And that moment once I kind of gave up my dream. Yeah, that was 18 years old.
How did you sort of get back up after?
So, while I was studying and I was trying to prepare myself for the exam to get into the university, my cousin sister, she one day I was talking with her and she just simply told me that it is very hard for her to imagine that I'm not playing football anymore. And that just gave me a shock because that time everyone was saying, no, you can't be a professional football player. And everyone was just saying, go this way, go this way. But there's only one person probably in this world telling me that, she wants to see me playing football. Then I thought, okay, I can't ignore that, this feeling. Then still I went to the university, but during the university I started to look for some opportunity. And that time only one footballing academy in the country, it called Japan Soccer College, was organizing the trial for them. So I spoke to the teachers and coaches and everyone. I'm gonna go. I went for the trial and I was selected. And then I started to train with the professional side eventually. And here I am.
Your sister's the one who brought you back up from
Yeah,
not thinking of not playing football to
actually, time to time. So after even joining this academy, right, the football academy in Japan, and I was training with the second team of the professional already. Around 240 players are there, and myself and another two players only. So three of us are the only ones selected to train with the second team. So it was a big thing. But then again, we were young, and that time the club was first division, Albirex Niigata it calls. They thought we won't be ready to play for the first team or maybe the first team setup. So they sent us to Singapore to get some exposure to play in the Singapore Premier League. That time also, initially I denied. I didn't want to go to Singapore technically, and I thought, and I had a confidence that I can make it happen. And in Japan, other than the J League, there's a JFL, Japan Football League, which is a third division. Today it's a fourth division because now the J League 1, J League 2, and J League 3 is now. That time only J League 1 and 2 was there. Okay. So below that was JFL. And the JFL, if you play well, you have enough opportunity to climb up your ladder to J League second division, first division. So I wanted to choose that pathway. But then same time, my roommate, I used to share my room with my very good friend when I was in academy. And he being a teammate means he's kind of a rival, right? Of course, we are in the same race. Whether you become professional, not the same position, but in the same academy, like I said, there are 240 players, and I was the only three that are selected to play with the professional side. So it means he also must be having the feeling that, I could have been there, I wanted to be there. No, but despite of that, he told me that, he said, if I was you, means if he was me, without thinking, I'd go to Singapore. Because that is opening up the gate for the professional. Then I felt like, wow, I mean, I wouldn't be able to say that to my rival because, and it just gave me a strong impact and the motivation to take up that opportunity to go to Singapore. So eventually it was a right decision to make. And such as before I come to India, also same story. There's always few people just push my back a little bit.
It's like when you're standing next to the pool and you just need someone to push you.
Exactly. That first step is the final step or first step. I don't know how to say that, but that is something that very difficult to take, right? And I was just lucky enough that there was always someone that go and gave me an opportunity to make a decision. So yeah, it has been like that.
How were your parents' reactions, or how did they feel about you playing professionally?
Well, I don't know about my father, but my mother, yes, she was excited. She was, I can't say one of the biggest supporter, but she was always realistic, and she had her opinion. But same time, she was always try to come to watch the game. After I shifted to India, also every year she was coming to watch the game. A national team game also she came all the way, and she was there to support me in her own way, which I really, really appreciate.
Since we're talking about your mother, there is a game where she watched you score a goal or two.
Oh yes. It was in Kerala against Viva Kerala. That time there's an I-League team called Viva Kerala. My mother came down from Japan, and against Viva Kerala, I scored 2 goals, and I got the man of the match, and team won. So everything went down to she being a lucky mother for me. So it was nice feeling to score in front of my mother being a professional. And after that also, when I was with ATK also, she came to watch the game. And that time also I could score the goal. So something always, it's always, right? I mean, being a son, your mother is watching you live, and I think it's a proud moment, and it's a extra motivation that you can get.
Did you have a conversation with her after the game when you scored in front of her?
Well, not really. I'm a shy one. I mean, yeah, that's how it is, right? You don't express so much to your own mother, but sometimes I regret that time I should have talked to her, and she also getting old. No, of course I'm getting old. So certain regrets are there, but I think same time I could just show it on the pitch by just in front of her running around, falling around, fighting for it, and try to get the maximum results out of it. And supporters, lucky me, always supporters appreciated my performance and the way I am. So I think everything just gave my mother overall good feeling that me being a professional football player, I believe.
I thought it was just Indian parents that were not so expressive with their children, but I think it's an Asian thing now, not just Indian.
I guess. I think Indian parents is much more expressive, no? I think
Nowadays, yes, it's a mix, but like 20 years back, it's very similar to yours. Do you speak Hindi as well?
No, not really. Sorry, Acha and Nor, it comes time to time.
Wow.
But I don't speak, I can't speak Hindi.
But do you understand a little bit?
Nuance, yes, because sometimes you guys put some English words and also try to understand. It's a shame on me, I should be able to speak, but when I came to India, I couldn't speak English at all. And now I can speak a bit, right? Then once I can speak English in India, you can communicate
I
with
think
most
you
of
are
the people.
very fluent with English.
You've been too nice. Thank
No,
you very much.
no, I'm not. Really?
But really, I really couldn't speak. The fact is, when I signed for East Bengal, 2006, I couldn't even read the contract. Without reading it, I just signed. I was so excited. That time I was so desperate. So after Singapore, I could not continue to be in Singapore, so I had to come back to Japan. And I was working for one of the JFS, division club just now I was talking about. And it is a Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi is a car company, Mitsubishi. Yeah, they were the main sponsor of this club. And it was no professional contract, so I had to work in the factory for around 2 hours. No, not 2 hours, 12 hours. Yeah, I was coloring the car. And after the work, go for the training session, and weekend we used to take a bus to travel all over the Japan because it's a nationwide competition. It's a quite high level competition, but the condition was not like really great one. And that time I was really desperate to coming back to professional life, right? And when East Bengal gave me the opportunity, and when I see the contract, I was just way too excited. And without thinking anything, I signed, and I was doing this in front of everyone. I still remember the officers are laughing at me, but it is what it is.
Did you even see the amount on the contract or no?
No, amount at least, okay. That part, the condition and everything was well negotiated beforehand. Okay. So I came to India without signing. So I came as a trialist, actually. Yeah, but still remember. I was trialist and I knew it, but the condition and everything is set. So I just need to prove myself. But at the same time, after landing Kolkata, right, and they came out from the Kolkata airport, there's so many medias and so many supporters are already there and welcoming me. Like they are talking like, Arata Izumi came from Japan to save the East Bengal. And I was like, wait, I haven't even signed. And, it was kind of a scary moment for me. But at the same time, I felt, wow, this country has some footballing, culture to it. So it was quite an exciting moment. It was. Sorry, the story went from here to there, though.
No, this was a great story. But Kolkata football is different. The fan culture there is just unmatched, I think. You've been to a lot of parts in the country and Japan and Singapore. How do you think it's different in different places of India?
Well, Kolkata, like you said, it's when you are a footballer in Kolkata, if you play once East Bengal or Mohun, you know how it is. Of course, Mohammedan also there. Such a historical club and such a gigantic supporters, followers. It is almost like a religion for them. Yeah. So the pressure is like immense, but same time the reward also immense. It was great that the first season, my career in India, the first season, the club was East Bengal, to really see that, the strong footballing culture of the country. They are passionate. Really, if you win, you are God. If you lose, you are something like that. So I had a opportunity to play Kolkata Derby, and of course, Kolkata Derby, 120,000 people that time. Now the stadium is not safe enough to host that many of people or something like that. But that time, there's no security whatsoever. It was just freedom. So the supporters used to throw those back check bricks. I was lucky that I didn't hit, but Navi, I don't know, the player Navi got. Yeah, I was shocked to see that. But anyway, a lot of sound. This distance, I couldn't hear anything. And the official came and told me, Arata, this time the Kolkata Derby, this game is not that many people. What do you mean by not many people? And I was asking, so how many is there? 80,000, 90,000? That's a lot, a lot. From their perspective, it's not 120, so it's just short in number. But for me, it was like literally like people. Playing in front of that many people is I don't think so many footballers can experience that in their lifetime. So I think it was amazing. And first game we won the game as well. And after that, the treatment from the supporters I will never forget. I was kissed everywhere with the mustache like this, and I'm feeling like. But I'm like, okay, do whatever you want. Thank you very much. It was never forget that experience in a very positive manner.
We were speaking about East Bengal, about Kolkata. Does this picture remind you of anything?
Yes, of course. This was after first goal of mine against HAL. It was Hull. Used to be a club from Bangalore, and this was another story, man. So that season NFL, it was not even I League. Before I League started, there was a National Football League.
Right.
We were there to participate, and the first game was in Mumbai against Air India. This was the debut game for me. And it was such a sitter for me. I was playing that time striker, and I got a greatest opportunity 1v1 with the goalkeeper. And that time, Cooperage, the ground was not even the artificial pitch. It was more like a super hard ground. And if I have to take 100 shots, probably I will score 100 goals. That kind of opportunity it was. Somehow I placed the ball other side of the goalkeeper. Somehow ball went out of the goal mouth. And I'm like, this was a moment that I could score my first goal of my career in India. That was first league game, and everything was like just perfect scenario for me. And the worst scenario is after that counter attack, we conceded the goal and we lost it. And the player came and told me after the game, Arata, now you can go back to Kolkata because supporters will be so angry. And in fact, next day, it was on the newspaper in Kolkata that the supporters broke all the glass of the clubhouse or something like that. And I was like almost shitting on my pants, and I'm like, wow, shit. Sorry, my bad.
No,
Yeah, wow, how can I go back now? But luckily, after the game in Mumbai, immediately the next game, away game was Bangalore. And we shifted from Mumbai to Bangalore, directly Bangalore, and I scored this goal. And after that game, players came and told me, now you are saved. Wow, okay, fair enough.
How long have you been in India now?
Oh, so 2006 to now, 2026, right? So 20 years now. Yeah.
You also have an Indian name.
Yeah, Neelkanth Kamboj.
How did that happen?
So I was born in Japan, 1982, but that is okay. So that time, the Japanese law did not allow me to be a Japanese. So the law says that if the father is foreigner, then I had to pick up the nationality of father. Yeah, I don't know. It is, I think, all time kind of a rule and regulation. Because of that, I was born as an Indian in Japan, and my name was named as Neelkanth Kamboj. Of course, my father being an Indian. I think Neelkanth Kamboj, and my brother's name is Shiv Shankar Kamboj. I think both are related to Shiva, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, so very much in line with Indian name. But then after 4 years after I was born, the Japanese law changed, and one of the parents is Japanese. Then the children can take up the citizenship of Japan. And that time they needed Japanese name, I guess. And the Izumi was always my mother's surname, and Arata was just named because Neel sounds like a new, and new in Japanese is arata. So arata is someone do something new. That is the way that my mother told me. So I don't know what is the truth. You know how it is after naming the children. We make up the story and try to be nice. Sometimes I do that. My daughter too. Yeah. So yeah.
I want to ask you about your coaches while you were growing up, coming up the ranks. Do you have any memories of any certain coaches that played like an impactful role in your journey?
Yeah, yeah. Especially after I shifted to my football academy in Japan, the coach, the impact of him was a lot for today where I am. Yeah, I believe with all respect, I think he was actually the first really quality coach that could expose me to understand what is football is. Yeah, so the training session to everything was so professionally organized, and there was always a clear objective that which I couldn't even think of till I joined the academy. And same time, he made me realize what I have and what I don't have. My athletic ability was top notch. So I still remember he told me, you know, even the Formula One car, if the driver is not that great, I mean, it's just a machine which is not that great, right? So that was exactly me. I had everything, speed to physicality to everything I had, but I didn't have this. I didn't know what is football is. So he gave me that opportunity to understand, to become much more efficient as a football player. So he's another one who gave me the small pusher. So I was confused about Singapore and coming to India. So I was a little not sorry coming to India, but Singapore particularly. I was double-minded, but he told me you must be feeling the opportunity. I mean the possibility. That was the one thing that I wanted to hear from my coach, and he gave that comment in the right moment. Wow, if you are saying that, it means you are feeling the possibility from me. Nah, thank you very much.
Did you ever get a chance to express this sort of gratitude towards him?
Did I? No, the thing is, after graduating from this academy, after becoming professional, time to time, whenever I go back to Japan, I try to meet him. So I think over beer or something like that, I must have spoke about it. And when I talk like this, I cry, so I don't want to talk much about it. But yeah, even today, it's a good relationship. Now he's in Vietnam, and he's doing his amazing job for the Vietnam Football Association and all. So it's a really top coach. He was. He is.
Vietnam, Japan. I think these are two countries that lately in Asia have been doing really well.
Football-wise,
Yeah.
Japan was of course the first one that doing really well. Vietnam also picking up really fast, rapidly. They are coming up. This also it's my personal opinion, but I think there's a lot of Japanese influences there in that country, footballing wise. A lot of Japanese coaches are there. You know, the federation, between federation also there's a very good relationship. That's why my EX coach also was there, and now he's involved in a private professional club as well. So I think a lot of that side of Asian country is try to learn how the Japanese football developed from not even participate in the World Cup. 1998 was the first time that Japan participated in World Cup, right? From there, every single World Cup, Japan is always in World Cup, and plus sometimes we go through even the group stage, and sometimes we beat Spain, Germany, the best nation in the country or in the world, and of course the Japanese country who keep producing the players who can even compete in the highest level competition in the world. So in that way, I think those other countries are trying to learn what is the secret of this development of the Japanese football.
Right. I think there's a lot that India can also learn from the way that football is being run in Japan. Culture-wise, football culture-wise, have you noticed any specific sort of differences, or what is India lacking? I think is my question.
Well, what is lacking? This is a lots to talk, but talent is there. India talent is there definitely. I remember the players, Japanese players and the coaches, they were just surprised to see what kind of talent India had. So I always believe that there's always talent, but the problem is, just now I was talking with Johnson, but the number of the competition, the quality of the competition was just not good enough for this 12 years old, talented 12 years old to develop themselves to be able to compete in a global stage. Yeah. I can say it is just unfortunate, but at the same time, I know the fact that when I came to this country 2006, 20 years back, we are already talking about India being a sleeping giant. It means we Indian ourselves knew that the potential is here. But after 20 years, today we are still talking the same language that India is still sleeping giants. How long we are going to keep talking about the same language so you know why we are not being able to compete in the international level, despite of having the enough potential and the possibility. So it is as a system, it's a failure of the system, as simple as that.
You've been working since a while now with children with like grassroots football. Do you think that the system has sort of failed you since you're trying to develop talent, get football to a level where it should be, but the systems, do you feel like the system's pulling you down in some way?
Well, I think it's changed a lot. I mean, that time and today, of course, we are, just now I mentioned about after 20 years, we are still talking about the same thing, but at the same time, I'm seeing the competition just like this. And lots more number of well-organized youth tournaments are happening compared to before, much more often, much more numbers of the games happening. So that way, I think system is trying to support for India to move ahead. But now the system is moving ahead, but probably our mentality is remain the same, which is again something it's disturbing us to really the way we should be disturbing us to from the way we should be developing. And the typical and the simplest problem is technically the age fraud. If I have to talk about it, I don't know if I should be talking about this. I'm not so sure, but if I have to talk about it, I mean, that is the one thing definitely pulling our leg for sure. The actual talent who is 12 years old is competing thinking the opponent player is 12 years old, but actually he's 15, 16 years old. And because of that physical gap, the actual talented 12 years old is completely bullied on the pitch and losing the motivation, losing the confidence, and even started to hate the football because of this such a negative experience and move away from football. Which means as a nation, we are losing, could have been one of the bright future of Indian football. So when we talk about age fraud, we take it a little too casual. I think that's my opinion. And we footballers, including myself, of course, but whoever part of being a part of the Indian football has to rethink about it in a serious manner that it is actually harming in a big time. And I know that there are lots of people, I mean, in this Indian ecosystem for the long period of time. So I know there's a lots of well-wishers who is really trying to not to, do the same mistake again. And one of the organizations, obviously Reliance Foundation, Young Champs, they are so rigid, they are so clear with against age fraud, and they themselves collaborated with, I think, Mizoram Football Association and Madras FC and a few other organizations to come together to create a movement for the same. So things are happening, but just still it's, not the size it should be or the scale that it should be, but same time the other side of world also developing. So already there was a gap, and now if we don't really speed up our process, they will go further more, and this gap will never cross down.
I want to talk about your journey with all the different clubs as well. But before that, a little bit more on how you've given back to the community. What is this picture? Do you remember?
Yeah, this is Young Champs. This is a Young Champs, huh? So this was, I don't know, I think probably it was my birthday or something like that. So boys, this is 2002 bonds. So this is the first graduates of the young champs though. Nemil, Toy, Salman, all of them. After finishing my playing career, I always wanted to be a coach. And in my opinion, playing football and the coaching football is a completely different ball game altogether. And although probably I play 15 years or 16 years as a professional, Japan, Singapore, India, whatever it is, I thought I just need to give myself a time to learn what is coaching is, and the youth is the best way for me to learn. So then I joined the Reliance Foundation Young Champs, and these boys are fantastic. Yeah, if I can smile like this, I guess I was very, very happy that with these boys, and now I'm sure we were happy. We are a good team. Yeah, we are a good team.
Oh, Pune is really special for you, huh?
But this was in Mumbai, yeah. This was in Mumbai.
Okay.
Well, of course, Pune is always special to me. Always, always.
When you were in Pune, there's this young man who has almost the same birthday as you.
Oh, really? Oh, that's what I said. You're young, eh? You're young that time. My birthday is close.
Sorry?
Your birthday is
30th July.
30th July. Oh, wow. Rio then. Perfect. That's why you are doing well.
He's 18 in this picture, but he's probably like 50.
What happened since then? or good? No, joking. Yeah, it's a good all time. I was with ATK, so this is the first season of Pune City. Trezeke was a marquee player. Rene was there. Rene was there. Good all time.
Starting from East Bengal, you went on to play for. I honestly tried to count, but I couldn't. How many clubs did you play for?
East Bengal, Mahindra, Pune FC, then ATK, Mumbai FC, Pune City, and Neroka FC, and finally Kerala Blasters, and of course Indian national team. So 8 clubs and 1 national team.
One heck of a journey. You've seen different parts of the country.
Yes. Honestly, I wanted to be in Pune as long as possible. So Pune FC is a club that I wanted to finish my career, to be honest. But unfortunately, Pune FC had to shut down. So then I had to travel left and right and center. But it gave me a lot of opportunity to be part of other cities club and to be part of their community and also it was a great journey, I must say. It was I'm talking about myself, so it's strange to say, but yeah, I'm grateful.
This is a picture with some good teammates of yours.
Yumi, yeah. Oh man, yeah. Yumi center, me left, and duty on the right. Yeah, we were smooth though. We knew where we are. We were good. We understood each other very well. I always talk about this. I scored 5 goals or 6 goals in that season, but a few out of 5, maybe 2, 3 goals are because of Humi. He was in the position to strike it as well, but he was so aware to make sure that when I'm communicating that he knows that I was in a better position, so that I got the opportunity to be there to take a shot and all. So this also because we understand and we trust each other's ability, it could happen. Borka also amazing central midfielder who can control the game left and right and center. Yeah, this was very good team. We enjoyed playing together. Wish we could play a longer period of time, but that's professional sometimes. Yeah, good memory.
Coming to your last club before you retired, talk us through the football crazy state.
Kerala. Yeah, Kerala Blasters. So just now we are talking about Kolkata supporters, right? And the Kerala is another footballing culture, strong footballing culture. But the type of the supporting, way they support is slightly different. Slightly in a sense, quite different. Like I said, in Kolkata, you win, you are good. You lose, you are very difficult situation. But the Kerala is different. They are emotional. They support you. I still remember when I was playing for ATK, we played against Kerala Blasters in the Nehru Stadium in Kerala. And usually, and it's packed, 60,000 people, only yellow you can see left and right and center. And usually opponent comes, they try to intimidate us, right, because we are away team. But they just gave us Purova club, and welcome to our home.
This was when you were in
80K, I was playing for 80K. So I was an opponent team, but they gave us enough respect that you came to our home as an opponent team. We will give you respect. But of course, results should be ours or something, that kind of message. But I find it such a great ethic. And yeah, once you play for this club, you'll be always followed. So even today, you know, supporter from Kerala talk to me, and it's a connection is still there. So it's amazing.
Good to know that you received the amount of love that you deserve.
Just I was lucky enough.
The last picture I want to show you is from an India game. I just want to ask you if you remember any of your teammates, if you shared a close bond with anyone.
Of course. I mean, Arnav, Nirmal, all of them, Danny, JJ. Yeah, like I said, I really appreciate these guys, accepting me being part of the national team. I think it is something very, very big that, they did for me. And of course, I mean, they are a good human being, and of course, great players as well. Mangi, yeah. So I never had a really, really like a personal relationship with any other footballers. That's my way of being a professional. Yeah, I just try to create a one boundary because eventually we are rivals. Yeah. At the same time, within that, I think we had a very good relationship, and they were really kind enough to be part of this great team. Although we couldn't win the South Cup, and not that results-wise, probably it was not the best, but the one of the memory that I will never forget. Yeah, it was a great
Which is
memory.
the feeling of wearing India.
Yeah, that's you can't replace to anything. It is the biggest honor as a, I mean, not only footballer but a sportsman. I think if you have opportunity to represent a country, I mean, that is a goal for, I would say, most of us in a sense. I think everyone, if I'm not mistaken. But at least for me, definitely this is one of the biggest achievements that I could achieve, and I couldn't even dream to achieve. But somehow the destiny and the luck gave me this opportunity, and India was kind enough to accept me. So really, really appreciate.
Luck favors the ones who deserve it.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's why I want to return to Indian football. I joined the Rising Pune FC and the Four Lions Academy. Again, coming back to Pune is something like makes me really, really emotional for me, and makes me really, really happy. First of
What
all,
is it about Pune?
Pune is my home. Like really, Pune FC gave me everything, and Pune gave me everything. I found my wife. I had a two doggy. One unfortunately passed away. House, my daughter, my family, everything. And Pune football gave me so much opportunity, right? So that's why I wanted to always do something in Pune, but unfortunately, all the professional club in Pune shut down, closed down because of XYZ reason. Pune FC to start with Shivajians, Bharat FC, Pune City. And this Rising Pune FC gave me a project that probably it can make things turn around in Pune. And it was just a right timing for me to be part of this project. So very, very grateful. Just now the game was going on. This is a sub-junior ID games. Like I was talking about it. It is different compared to the previous, before and today. So many competitions are happening. So many organized competitions is happening. So many talents are existing. Like I said, if I can be there to support or help these talents, probably the way I think, the way I can, the way I try to return to Indian football could be start from here. So that is the reason that I'm being part of this academy. And so far, the management and the coaching staff, everyone's been very, very cooperative and supportive. And of course, the players are welcoming me and their parents being very, very supportive. So as a community, as a Pune local, I think we are heading to the right direction. And let's see after 1-2 years where we can reach.
Perfect. Arata, last question is, you've come a long way from when you started playing football in Japan, almost giving up, coming back up, Singapore, 20 years in India playing, coaching. If there's one thing that you could tell the 9-year-old Arata who started playing football, what would that be?
Well, be more disciplined. Make sense?
I think you're pretty disciplined.
All right, you think so, right? Yeah. But I think I could have been much more disciplined. I think I could have been much more demanding to myself. I know myself. There were times that I was not demanding enough from myself. So
Can you give us an example? Because
it's difficult to give you the example. It's just in me. Yeah, so my favorite line is, sorry, I speak in Japanese. Warehi ni wagami o sansesu. It's Koshi is a Chinese philosopher. So it means like you look into yourself at least 3 times a day to see yourself what you are doing is right or wrong. And when I do that, I always, even today, I feel, I could talk that. And at that time, my expression was not that great. It was something like that, like such as like small things. I'm sure I missed out. And I think that also one thing that probably I should have done better, and I could have been more disciplined. I could have been more demanding. I could have been more ambitious to reach those in football and those players who is the most successful players are there, right? And I'm not the, where they are, and that is a fact. So then when I look back to it, then I think like that. I think I could have been more disciplined.
I still don't believe it. But thank you so much. Thank you for your time, Arata. It has been lovely talking to you, listening to your story, and you're a great guy to talk to.
Thank you so much for saying that. ありがとうございます。ありがとう。
If this conversation stayed with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for listening in. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and I'll see you in the next one.